Myself, Professor Mahajan PR from ENTC department. In today's session, we are going to discuss about embedded system. Now, we will discuss what is embedded system. Embedded system is designed to perform one or more dedicated function with real-time computing processing. It is a device or machine used to control, monitor the operation of equipment, machinery or plant. It consists of software, hardware, firmware and the mechanical parts. Means by using embedded system, we can able to perform one or more dedicated function with real-time computing control. It is a device or machine used to control, monitor the operation of equipment. This is the block diagram for embedded system. Now we will discuss each block in detail. The first block is embedded processor. The embedded processor consists of two main blocks. First one is CU and the second one is EU. What is CU? CU stands for control unit. The function of control unit is fetching of instruction. Next unit is execution unit. Function of execution unit is execution of instructions. Next block is program and data memory. The most of the microcontroller have inbuilt separate memory to store data and the program. For example, RAM, ROM, flash memories. Means for storing purpose of data and program, we need to use different types of memories like RAM, ROM and the flash memories. Next block is system timer. Why we use system timer? To generate interrupts. Means what is the function of system timers? To generate interrupts, we have to use system timers. Next block is interrupt controller. Interrupt controller is used to handle interrupts. Next one is serial communication port. It is used to interface serial devices. Means for interfacing of various serial devices, we need to use serial communication port. And this type of port is using serial communication. Next one is input-output driver circuit. The input-output driver circuit is used to drive input-output devices. Next block is power supply reset oscillator circuit. Many units of the embedded system work on different voltages. Reset signal is used to come out from hang or halt state. Means when embedded system halts or hang. In such a cases, we have to use reset signal. By using this reset signal, the system can come out from hang or halt state. Next block is application specific circuit block. It is used to control and handle the application of specific circuit which consists of ADC, DAC, stepper motor and the sensor. Next block is parallel port. What is the function of parallel port? It is used for parallel communication purpose. Now we will discuss the different applications of embedded system. The first application is in telecommunication system. We can use the embedded system in various telecommunication applications. For example, telephone switches, mobile phones, tablets. Next application is in computer networking. For example, dedicated routers, switches, hub and gateway, we can use embedded system. Next application is in consumer electronics. We can use embedded system in various consumer electronics appliances. For example, MP3 player, video game, digital cameras, printers. Next application is in biomedical system. We can use embedded system in various biomedical systems. For example, blood cell recorder, ECG, LCD display cum recorder. Next application is in household appliances. For example, in microwave ovens, washing machine, dishwashers, we can use embedded system. The next application is in motor control system. For example, in DC motors, stepper motor, servo motor, robotic arm, we can use embedded system. The next application is in home automation system. We can use embedded system in various home automation system for controlling light, climate. Next application is in banking system. So where we can use this embedded system in ATM machine, debit, credit card transaction. Now we will discuss different advantages of embedded system. The first advantage is cost is low, small in size, highly reliable in nature. Operation of embedded system is very fast. Next advantage is ease for mass production, less interconnection, and the last one is it improves the product quality. Now we will discuss the different disadvantages of embedded system. The first disadvantage is hard for maintenance and it is used and through device. No technical improvement. Next, hard to take backup of embedded files and the less power supply durability if it is battery operated. If the system is battery operated, then there is less durability of power supply. Now we will discuss the classification of embedded system. The embedded system is classified into following types. The first one is small scale embedded system. Next one is medium scale embedded system. Next is large scale embedded system. After that, standalone embedded system, reactive real-time embedded system, network embedded system, mobile embedded system, single function embedded system, and the tightly constrained embedded system. Now we will discuss these types in detail. The first classification of embedded system is small scale embedded system. Now we will see what is small scale embedded system. The design of this small scale embedded system is done by using 8 or 16-bit microcontroller. Means design is done by using 8 or 16-bit microcontroller. This type of system is battery operated with small hardware and the software complexities. It contains editor, assembler or cross-compiler. It uses C language. There is limited power consumption. Means power consumption in small scale embedded system is less. So you have to just remember that this system is battery operated, and for designing of this system we have to use 8 or 16-bit microcontroller, and it uses C language as a programming language. Next we will discuss what is medium scale embedded system. Now we will discuss how to develop this system. In medium scale embedded system, we have to use single or multiple 16-bit microcontroller or DSP or RISC. Means for designing this type of system, we need to use 16-bit microcontroller or DSP. What is DSP here? Digital Signal Processor or RISC. RISC stands for what? Reduced Instruction Set Computer. In such type of system, board level design is not possible. Next, embedded system is large scale embedded system. What is large scale embedded system? In large scale embedded system, the software and hardware complexities are more as compared to previously. It requires scalable and a configurable processor like PLAs. What is PLA? Programmable Logical Array. And it is used for cutting edge applications, and this type of system is costlier. Next is standalone embedded system. The standalone embedded system works in standalone mode. It is used in process control, automobile, consumer electronics. Next embedded system is reactive real-time embedded system. It is used to perform a specific task in a specific time. This type of embedded system is used to perform a specific task in specific time. This type of embedded system is classified into two types. The first one is hard real-time embedded system, and the second one is soft real-time embedded system. Hard real-time embedded system. The example of hard real-time system is anti-missile system, aircraft crashing, and a soft real-time application system. The examples of this are mobile phones, digital cameras. The next embedded system is network embedded system. Now we will discuss what is network embedded system. The sensors, controllers, actuators are connected using TCP, IP or UDP protocol. Means in such a type of system, the sensors, controllers, actuators are connected using TCP, IP or UDP protocol. It is built on general purpose processor. It uses switches, routers, networks, bridges. For example, weather monitoring system, their environmental monitoring system, healthcare, and industrial plant control, we can use network embedded system. Next embedded system is mobile embedded system. Mobile phones, iPhones, tablets, personal digital assistants, smartphones, pagers that falls under this category. It consists of powerful mobile processor, display, driver, touchscreen control, GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, memory, communication connectivity, graphics, camera, and battery. The limitation of this system is small size of memory. This is the limitation of this system, small size memory. For this type of system, we have to use different languages like C, C++, Java, ADA, etc. Next, embedded system is single function embedded system. In this type of system, we have to execute only one program repeatedly. Means in this type of system, execution of program takes place repeatedly. Example, camera, calculator, washing machine. The next system is tightly constrained embedded system. The tightly constrained embedded system is tightly restricted with manufacturing cost, performance, size and power consumption. In next lecture, we will discuss the design matrices, specification and the characteristics of embedded system.